Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Tibbetts Physics Regents Review. What is graphing? Today we're going to look at analyzing graphs. And these problems are a lot easier than they appear to be. So let's just do a couple examples. Let's say we're asked to determine which graph represents the relationship between FG and R. And we'll be given multiple graphs that have FG as the y-axis and R as the x-axis, where R is the distance between centers. So the first thing that we need to do is we want to find the formula that has FG and R. And that's FG is equal to G M1 M2 over R squared. In this case, the graph only cares about FG and R. Everything else is held constant. So what we can do is get rid of the constants, G, M1, M2. And that leaves us with FG is proportional to 1 over R squared. So to figure out what that graph looks like, I go to my graphing calculator, and I let FG be represented by the y-axis. It's proportional to 1 over R is represented by the x-axis, so 1 over x squared. So I just graph y equals 1 over x squared in my calculator. And if I look at just the first quadrant, the top right, we get a picture like that. Let's do another one. Let's look at kinetic energy and velocity. So we're looking at the relationship between kinetic energy and velocity. So again, we find out which formula has Ke and V in it. That's Ke equals 1/2 mv squared. All we care about is Ke and V. V squared, that is. So we get rid of all the constants. So ignore the 1/2, ignore the m. Kinetic energy is proportional to V squared. Ke is represented by the y-axis, and it's proportional to V squared, which is the x-axis, so x squared. So this time we get a graph in a calculator that looks like that. Sometimes you're asked, what does the slope mean of the graph? And we have to remember that the slope is equal to the change in y over the change in x. So for example, if we had a graph of work versus time, and we were asked, what does the slope represent? Well, we know the slope is change in y over change in x. In this case, the y-axis is work. The x-axis is time. We look at our reference table, and work divided by time is equal to power. So that's how we determine the slope of the graph. Hope you found this video useful. If you did, please like and subscribe. Thanks.